Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. I'm really thrilled you're here today because we're tackling one of those hidden but absolutely critical challenges in modern business. We're looking at the intelligent organization framework, specifically Domain 2, the data domain. And we are zeroing right in on a massive pain point. You see, enterprise leaders everywhere are struggling to implement AI, scale their automations, and honestly, just run their daily operations efficiently. And why is that? Well, it usually comes down to siloed systems and this massive invisible burden of manual data handling. So today we're going to unlock the solution to that by diving into Capability 4, Data Flow.
Let me start off by asking you a really direct question, and I want you to genuinely think about your own organization for a second. Is your data actually flowing, or is it stuck? We kind of fall into this trap, right? We assume that because we bought all this expensive enterprise software, our critical business info is just moving seamlessly from point A to point B. But honestly, a lot of the time, that movement is a total illusion. Behind the scenes, it's actually relying on an army of invisible, manual effort just to drag that data across the finish line.
So how do you know if you've got a problem? Let's look at the symptoms of broken data flow. You really want to watch out for manual data reentry, like people literally typing the exact same information into two different screens. Pay close attention to spreadsheet handoffs, where a whole process hinges on someone remembering to email a CSV file every Friday afternoon. Keep an eye out for duplicate data movement. And perhaps most urgently right now, look out for broken AI workflows. These things, they act as this hidden friction across the whole organization. They slow everything down, they introduce human error, and they make it practically impossible to scale any kind of intelligent solution.
Which brings us to this crucial takeaway. Disconnected systems create disconnected work. Think about it. When your tech systems are isolated from each other, the business process doesn't just magically stop. Instead, humans are forced to step into the gap. Your highly paid analysts, your managers, your ops staff, they literally become the manual glue holding your enterprise data together. They become the integration layer. And for sure, that is absolutely not a sustainable operating model.
Okay, so that sets us up for our core definition for TIO Domain 2, Capability 4. Flow is the organization's ability to move important data safely, reliably, and efficiently between systems, teams, workflows, reports, automations, and AI use cases. Now notice what is not in that definition. Flow is not about buying some shiny new piece of software or a massive new integration platform. It is entirely about proving that the information your business actually relies on is moving safely and reliably to exactly where it needs to be.
I like to think of Flow as the essential fuel line for your entire digital ecosystem. Whether you're running a weekly financial report, triggering some back-end automation, or powering a brand new generative AI use case, they all need fuel. If that fuel line is broken, if it's contaminated, or if it literally requires a human being to manually pump it every morning, your advanced tech capabilities are basically useless. Flow is what connects the data to the demand.
Now, to really grasp this, we have to untangle two concepts that get mixed up all the time: data flow versus technology integration. Think of technology integration as the physical pipes in a house. It's the technical connections, the APIs, the middleware. Data flow, on the other hand, is the rules of movement. It's the water itself. Just because you have the physical pipes installed doesn't automatically mean the water is safe to drink, right? Or that it's even being routed to the correct house. You absolutely need both, but they are very distinctly different capabilities.
So let's draw that crucial boundary line. Down on the bottom, you've got technology integration. That provides those technical connections, the literal pipes connecting your systems. But up top, that's data flow. Flow is what actually proves that your important data is moving safely and reliably through those pipes. Without flow, you just have a really expensive, completely empty plumbing system. Integration makes the movement possible. Flow proves the movement is actually happening safely.
All right, so we understand the theory, but let's get practical. Because in the intelligent organization framework, we don't score aspiration, right? We score evidence. So I have to ask, can you actually prove your data is moving safely? If a regulator or a board member or your CEO knocked on your door and asked to see proof that your critical data flows are functioning without all that hidden manual glue, what would you show them? Well, we're going to walk through 3 specific rules of executive evidence to answer exactly that.
Let's hit rule number 1.
You absolutely must have mapped data flows for your priority processes, reports, automations, or AI use cases. You simply cannot protect, rely on, or automate a data pipeline if you haven't explicitly mapped where the data comes from and where it goes. And to be clear, we aren't talking about mapping every single byte of data in the entire company. That would literally take years. We are talking about your priority flows. If an AI use case is critical to your strategy, you've got to be able to drop a map on the table showing exactly how the data gets there.
Moving right along to the second piece of evidence.
Rule 2. You've got to be able to show reduced manual reentry, spreadsheet handoffs, or duplicate data movement. This right here? This is the ultimate proof that your pipes and water are successfully integrated. If your data flow capability is actually maturing, the amount of time your team spend copy-pasting data between systems should be measurably dropping. You're taking humans out of that manual glue role and freeing them up to do actual high-level judgment and analysis.
And finally, let's see how this builds into the third critical evidence rule.
Rule 3. You need active monitoring or reconciliation showing that important data moves completely, accurately, and on time. True flow requires active monitoring. You can't just build a pipeline on a Monday, walk away, and assume it's going to work flawlessly forever. Things break, APIs change, systems get updated. Without active monitoring, you get these horrible silent failures where the business thinks the data is moving fine, but the dashboard or the AI model is actually running on information that's 3 weeks out of date. You need hard evidence that you're watching the flow.
So to tie this all back to the bigger picture of enterprise transformation, just think about this reality. AI use cases and automations cannot access governed information without unsafe shortcuts. If you have weak data flow, you are literally starving your modern AI and intelligent workflows of their most basic fuel. When teams get desperate to make an AI tool work, but the data isn't flowing safely, they will inevitably invent risky, informal workarounds. They'll start downloading sensitive data to local drives, uploading it manually. It's a nightmare. Strong data flow prevents those unsafe shortcuts.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. I really want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on as you reflect on your own tech architecture. Do you have actual data flow, or do you just have a bunch of empty pipes? Remember, just having the connections isn't enough. You need the mapped, monitored, and automated movement of data to truly become an intelligent organization. So go check on your fuel lines, find out exactly where your people are acting as manual glue, and start getting that data flowing safely. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.